Here.
All right.
My problem is that I like this woman that I work with, and I'm getting ready to go into the service. And the whole problem is that she has 2 children, and I'm wondering if I should or should not ask her out. Because, I mean, I haven't been out with her.
What branch of the service you going into?
Navy.
What's up with you, Bob? 26, going in the Navy?
The Navy.
Why is that?
I'm going in for money for school to finish off my education, and I'm going into the intelligence branch.
Yeah, we're going to need a lot of people in the military coming up. I'm telling you something.
All right.
You and I made up in the military. This world looks like a mess right now.
Well, I'll do some USO shows or
watching
something.
CNN and C-SPAN over the weekend. It was just, oh my God.
Bob, let's say, I don't know. When are you going in?
I have about 2 months.
Are you worried about her or the kids?
Well, I'm kind of worried about both of them. I mean, I don't want to ask her out.
Well, let her be the judge of her issues. Do not get involved with the kids in any way.
Where are you going? Where do you do basic training?
Well, basic training's in Chicago, North Chicago, and then after that I go to Virginia, and then I come back to Monterey Bay.
Bob's either from Ohio or Illinois.
Language school.
Okay.
And then after that I go to another school.
Chicago.
I don't even know where.
Chicago.
Yeah, where are you from, Bob?
I'm from Long Beach.
Oh,
wow.
No way.
Where are your folks from Philadelphia or something?
No, my folks are from California.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where'd you learn to say Chicago?
He just smoked a lot of weed.
I grew up. I mean, I lived in Greenwich, Connecticut. I lived in the Puget Sound.
All right.
I lived in Washington State.
All right. Well, anyway, if you want to ask her out, feel free to, but let her be the judge of how involved she gets, and do not get involved with the kids.
I don't know. You know, to me, one of the pluses for enlisting in any branch of the service is really just whoring while on leave. You know what I'm saying? And to get hooked up, that's really the only bright spot in the whole military, would be whoring around some foreign country, making Americans look like cheap pigs. So the idea of hooking up right before you went in, it just seems like bad timing. And then it seems like torture. I mean, what if you guys really hit it off and 5-6 weeks later you're shipping out to Chicago? You know what I mean, Drew? Isn't there a musical called Chicago?
Yeah.
And there's a band. What's a band that sang 25 or 6 to 4?
I don't know.
Drew, do you want me to
Must
come
have
to
been Chicago.
You idiot.
I thought it was Saturday in the Park.
Who sung Saturday in the Park?
Chicago.
Chicago what?
Chicago.
Thank you. Eddie?
Yeah.
What's going on there? You're 22.
Yes. Oh, I got a little. I don't know if it's a little problem but every single time.
All right, hold on there, Eddie. Turn the radio down, please. Is that us we're hearing in the background, Drew?
Undoubtedly.
Well, you know how disturbing that can be.
Go
for
back
us.
to him. He's got.
I will. I'm just giving him time to turn the radio down. Okay.
Correct.
Eddie?
Yes.
Did you turn the radio down?
I did. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So
Yeah.
my problem is that every single time that my girlfriend comes to orgasm, she starts to giggle, so she never really is able to orgasm, and we have to stop, you know. And
Why does her giggling make you stop?
well, she wants me to stop once she starts to giggle. She can't take it anymore. It's like she's being tickled.
So it just gets too intense?
I guess, yeah.
So she never has an orgasm?
She no.
Ever?
Well, I think she has by herself, but
Yeah.
never.
She's not so funny when she's on her own, is she?
Right.
Is it something you're doing? Did you ask her?
Pardon me?
Is there something you're doing? Did you ask her?
I did. We talked about it, and she doesn't really know. She doesn't understand it herself.
Well, I'm just playing a hunch here, and it probably doesn't make a difference, but just to play it safe, why don't you try it without the feather duster just once and see if it works. Yeah, here's, this may sound like nothing, but I'll tell you, my take is she's maybe a little bit embarrassed, maybe a little bit uncomfortable.
Doesn't like losing control.
And doesn't want to lose control and give it away. Eddie?
Yeah, I hear you.
Women you understand, women giving an orgasm away, it's like a diploma or something. You have to earn it. You know what I mean? Whereas guys, our orgasm are like we're like kittens. We put them in a box. We go in front of the market. We can't get rid of them fast enough. Here, orgasm. What? Yeah, one's trying to get out of the box, honey. Get it back in there. That's right. No, but I mean, we could care less where it goes, who's there, how much it costs, what it lands on. We just want to get rid of it.
That's right.
Right.
Women, it's like women don't get rid of it; they give it away to someone special.
Right.
You know what I mean? We just
experiencing
listen,
a connection.
If I could run backwards fast enough so that sperm came out of my penis, I would do it. I really would. I'd be running right now.
You have a tumble or
You
something?
think I could do that, Drew?
Would there be some other...
If I sprinted backwards, do you think I could get the sperm to just come out by sheer force of gravity or inertia?
I don't know. You've tried everything else.
All right. Well, okay. Here's the point, Eddie. She may have trouble. Do you know what we're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that, I think that's it. It's not the laughing. The laughing's just an excuse, feeling uncomfortable,
Right.
feeling strange.
That's right. And you need to make her feel more connected and more safe.
Right.
And it's probably stop.
Okay. Jessica,
Hi.
you're 21.
Yep.
What's going on?
Friday I was diagnosed with an ovarian cyst.
Mm-hmm.
When I was 18 years old, I had an ovarian cyst that was 8 centimeters, and at my gynecologist visit, he was doing his exam, and it ruptured on his examining table.
Ow.
He's no longer my gynecologist.
Well, why? Didn't take his cufflinks off or something? What happened?
Push too hard.
Pushed too hard?
Huh?
You pushed hard.
Well, I really don't know. He was doing his ultrasound, and he had, and he said, "Oh my, look at all that fluid."
Did it hurt?
Oh, it was excruciating.
What about him, though? I mean, that poor son of a bitch. And it's like being a helicopter pilot in Vietnam. You may not have actually, killed anybody, but you've seen a lot. I mean, that must have ruined his day, too. Hey, Drew, did he screw up?
He ended up having to do emergency surgery that night. Well, I think it
Why?
went his whole evening.
Why do you have to do that?
Why the surgery?
Well, I guess because he ruptured it.
Was he afraid? Did it start bleeding?
I have no idea.
Well, ovarian cysts often rupture and it doesn't amount to anything. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Well, he said it was cystic fluid when it ruptured. He said if it would have been blood, I've been...
Yeah, so he thought maybe there was blood there. That must have been why he went ahead and did some sort of surgery.
He never told me that.
Well, ovarian cysts typically rupture, and most women get to go through that at some point, and having a rupture is part of the deal.
What about sex? Does that make it rupture?
Yeah, I mean, as you found out, any sort of pressure on there could do that.
How big do these cysts get?
It depends what they're due to. They can be, if they're associated with sort of a tumorous growth, not necessarily cancer, but they can be huge.
Where do they remove most of those cysts when they do it? You see those, I don't know what it was, some Fox show like America's Biggest Polyps or something,
Right.
or Thickest Cysts or something.
ABC.
Oh, is that ABC? Yeah. The point is on these shows, where are these cysts? They're always on women.
You mean the giant ones?
Yeah, the giant ones.
Ovarian cysts.
They're always on a woman, right?
Adenomas, yeah.
Guy wouldn't get a cyst. Guys are too smart for that. Once the cyst got over, say, 180, 190 pounds,
They'd check it out.
they just go ahead and go in there. But these are always ovarian cysts.
Yeah.
And are they inside of the ovaries?
They sort of take over the ovary.
What's that mean?
I mean, they come off the top. They're...
But what are they stretching? What's the biggest cyst that's been removed from a woman? It's been, 300 pounds, right?
Right.
And what is it stretching other than skin? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and nothing stretches. It just sort of grows on top of.
Yeah, but it's inside of you.
Yeah, but it pushes your guts aside, and it's like having a pregnancy, right? What's a pregnancy stretching?
Your budget. I don't know.
It's the same deal. Everything gets just moved around.
And then what's in them when they take them off?
Tumor. It's usually not cancer, but just abnormal growth. Sometimes some of them
Are they
have,
filled with fluid?
Sometimes, if there has to be some fluid, that's why that's what makes it a cyst. But sometimes they can be these dermoid cysts, which can have all sorts of. They're basically progenitor cells that generate into other kinds of tissue that start developing really abnormally, and they get teeth and hair and skin. Oh yes.
No.
Oh yes.
No.
Yes.
There's no teeth in hair.
Yes. Isn't that bizarre?
And so when they take these huge cysts off these women, there's fluid in them.
And those
Is
make
there fluid in them?
Yeah, that cyst just means a fluid-filled body.
Okay, but here's what I'm saying: when it's 200-300 pounds,
The fluid isn't that much. It's not. It's
it's
200
mostly flesh,
Yeah, it's mostly tissue.
tissue.
And it's what makes headlines for the National Enquirer. 300-pound, abnormal monster grows in woman with teeth and hair and blah blah blah. It's just an abnormal, just mess of tissue, but it has all sorts of the elements of all sorts of body tissue.
Oh, baby.
I mean, looking from the outside, just like a big ball is all it looks like.
Yeah.
But you put it under the
What's the biggest
microscope.
one you've seen?
I had a lady have one about about 80 pounds.
Really?
We thought she had liver failure and was getting ascites in her abdomen, fluid in her abdomen.
It's a good sized cyst.
It
You
was-
take
it was
a
huge.
picture on the dock with you holding it up.
No. We
Okay.
had to gaff it though to get it out. Get it on board.
Had to gaff it on board. Brian,
Yeah.
you're 29.
How you doing, Drew? And Adam?
Good.
Sorry there. Well, let's get right to the point here. I'm 29, and I have a problem with where I feel I'm a sex addict. I have a girlfriend that I love very much. Would do anything for her. But for me, it's got to be sex. Sex is always on my mind. I always want to get on the internet and see what I can see.
Were you abused in some fashion when you were growing up?
Well, I found out when I was 21. My dad told me that he used to perform oral on me when I was a toddler, but I don't remember that. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's your penis does.
I wouldn't know. I told him.
Hold on, pardon me for laughing, but I
He's
let a huge fart. Hold on a second. I let a big fart go in here, and it's... Oh, come on, Drew. Oh, please. Oh, now you're acting childish. Close the door, for Christ's sake. It's getting cold in here. Hey, Brian?
Yeah.
All right, let's see if Drew can act his age for a second now.
How did you find this out at 21?
He said he found God again, and he felt he had to get it off of his chest.
All right, well, this is very serious. Okay.
I since committed suicide, so he's no longer around anymore.
Which is also serious. And the fact that you had a dad who was so severely mentally ill.
I was also raised on a nudist colony.
All right, but your dad was disturbed, sexually abused you.
Oh, you believe this guy?
My parents were divorced when I was 7, so, it wasn't like he was around. He was like 300 miles away, so...
Well, who raised you on the nudist colony?
My mother.
Oh, boy.
But, so it's... I was always raised where sex is the best thing in the world, and like this, as far as I'm aware, she has never touched me or never did anything to me.
No, women don't usually do that, but, boy, what a choice in husbands.
Well,
or dads.
Well, guess who
But
brings those in.
now my problem is I don't know if that's the reason why I just can't seem to I can't get enough. I mean, I'm masturbating every night.
Right.
I'm on the internet. I've got girls are finding me very attractive, and I'm having a hard time saying no, knowing here I can go get some, but I've got a girlfriend at the same time.
Yeah.
And I want to know what kind of help I can get for myself.
All right, Drew, tell him.
Yeah, go to SA. I mean, there are groups, the 12-step groups out there that will help with compulsive sexual addictions. There are therapists. I don't know where he's calling from. The Del Amo Treatment Center I think they're in Torrance, is the city.
Brian?
Yeah.
What city are you calling from?
I'm calling from the Chicago area.
No, I don't know.
Can you drive out to Torrance once a week and visit a therapist?
I don't even
Menningers.
know where Torrance is.
Well, it's near Orange County. Is it Orange County? Certainly you've heard of Orange County.
Menningers in Kansas City, I think where they are, is developed.
what's that?
Listen, hold on, Drew. SA's everywhere, right?
Yeah, SA.
What does it stand for?
Sexaholics Anonymous.
Oh.
It's the 12-step
It's a
program,
12-step
right?
process. And this is going, if you are a true sex addict, this is going to progress. And adults sexualize trauma that occurred to them as children, whether or not you're specifically raised in an environment where sexuality is sort of foisted upon you. People still develop sexual energy around these traumas, and they start acting them out in their relationships, and they are never gratifying by their relationships, and there's always a need for more, and it's always this sense of needing to fill an emptiness, and they feel more shame and more guilt, and keep trying to fill it with more sexuality, and it's a cycle that tends to spiral out of control. And it is something that needs to be treated.
Okay. So, Brian sounds like a decent guy. Dad,
especially given that history.
Yeah. If my folks are listening, by the way, just a side note here. If you do, in fact, decide to find Jesus Christ and then divulge, drop some bomb on me about performing oral sex with me while I was in the crib or what have you, please kill yourselves now. It's like, thanks, Dad. Found Jesus Christ. Told son.
Then he killed himself.
I'd like to see Dad's shopping list here. Let's see. Pick up dry cleaning. Find Jesus Christ. Explain to son I performed oral sex on him when he was an infant. Then kill self. Yeah.
Then write book.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Write book. Then. Explain oral sex. Yeah, then find Jesus. Then kill self. That's right.
And
then the sequel. All right, everybody. We'll take ourselves a little break, and we'll be back with more Loveline after this.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. The phone number's 1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
Listen, who cares this goddamn radio with all your effing demographics? All right, who are we talking to, Drew?
Dave.
Where's Dave?
On 4.
All right. Dave?
Yeah?
What's going on?
Hey, I got a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I'll be masturbating, and, I'll be, my grandma's house or something, and I'll, hold it in. Is that bad?
Hold in...
I'll pinch off the urethra.
Ugh. Not good. Not necessarily bad.
Where's your grandma?
She's in her room or something.
It comes out eventually anyway, right?
Yeah, it does.
So why pinch it off like that?
I don't want to go on her couch or something.
Well, how much time you spending at grandma's house?
I don't know. So every once in a while.
But it comes out anyway.
Yeah. I run into the bathroom or something.
Well, why don't you do it in the bathroom all told?
Not as comfortable.
Listen, how comfy do you have to be? It's 2 minutes. You can't do it in the shower?
In the shower? Well...
You bizarre guy, Adam. What's up with you?
You're right. Yeah, you should get an evening attire and do it at the table. I don't know where that came from, the shower. Bizarre.
I don't know if Grandma would approve of that. At the dinner table.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, Dave.
Yeah?
There's 2 possibilities.
It's not good.
Pertaining to this call. A, you don't do it. B, you do and we don't care.
When things are coming out of you and you stop it, that's not good for you. Just in general. Not the sneeze, the vomit.
I know.
Whatever. When stuff's coming out.
You do it when you're at your own house?
What?
Okay. Forget it. Listen, I don't know. I don't care. Just listen. What are you doing? Whacking off on a photo album or something? It's just, for Christ's sake, put some Kleenex. No. Don't use Kleenex. That is, let me tell you, I've walked around for days with 3 or 4 sheets just stuck to me and didn't even know it.
Oh, nice.
Kleenex is not good. You got to use a paper towel. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And if you're like me and you like the lumberjack lifestyle,
hefty,
you got something to look at. Big, good-looking guy with a blonde mustache right on the cover, right on the wrapper there, Drew.
Yeah. What is it called? Hefty.
You're gay. Ronnie. Yeah. Garrett?
Yeah.
You're 19.
Yeah. Me and my girlfriend, we broke up about a week and a half ago, and we didn't talk for a while, and then we started talking. And we went out last night, and the feelings were just strong, and we kissed some. But now we don't know what to do. We're confused because we don't want to rush back into a relationship. she was too demanding at times, and I kind of broke promises about being there, and it just...
How long had you gone out?
About 10 months.
Well, whatever was there that got you together is still there. It's just you were overlooking what caused you guys to separate.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's a real common thing for people to retain those fantasies and those things that cause the attraction.
Is this the first breakup?
No, I mean, I've...
No, with her. With her, though?
Relationship I've ever been in.
For a serious relationship. Did you really want to break up with her?
Hold on a second, goofball. Is this the first breakup with her?
Yeah.
Okay, listen. Breakups like smoking. You know, how many times do you have to quit before you quit?
It's like 2.8 or something like that.
A handful of times usually before it takes.
Yeah.
Especially young relationships. You usually have to break up 3 or 4 times before the final.
It sticks, yeah.
So let's get it out of the way. Get back together.
The thing is, though, they had really managed a good breakup. They did it.
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah, but the second time it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get a lot of those feelings, a lot of that energy. A lot of it comes out the first go round.
Yeah.
So like vomiting. First one is like all the beer, 4 or 5 foot of the 6 foot sub, you know, everything, the pickles you had when you were, peanuts, it all comes out.
I was just thinking about
And then
that.
like the second and third, it's a lot of it is just air and a little bit of saliva.
An awful experience I had in Philadelphia with that driver wagon. I can't remember his name now. I'm having such a block about that.
I don't know the guy's name, but it must have
Jerry,
been Lou
Tony,
or something.
Tony, Jerry.
Tony or Lou. It was not, Seth or Abraham. Or Moisha.
William.
No, it was none of those. Gareth? No, it wasn't. It was like Lou or like Fat Tony or something. We drove from Philadelphia to where? Washington, D.C.?
Oh.
In a car with a guy who was wider than he was tall.
And had lost 200 pounds.
Yeah, he went about...
360,
he was about 5'4".
Yeah.
And he went about... he was a very light, like 285 or something, but he had been up well over 300 pounds, and all he wanted to talk about was dieting and food. And Drew was sick as a dog. Sick as a dog. When did you get so sick? Did you get food poisoning?
I thought it was, but in retrospect, it was a little too global and too long.
Drew was vomiting, and he was like in the back of the car, and he was rolling around like he'd been stuck with something. He was like, you know those Civil War movies where the guy gets part of his shin blown off or something, and then they show him in the hospital, and they're taking this wet compresses and they're putting it on his forehead, and he's in a delirium, and doesn't know where he is, and he's covered with sweat.
That's what I felt like.
He's talking about speaking gibberish, Yeah. That's what Drew was like in the back of this fat Ronnie's.
Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronnie.
Yeah.
And except for this, Ronnie would not stop talking about food. It was driving Drew insane. Remember that?
Philly steak sandwiches.
I could have stopped buying, here's the problem. It's Sunday, it's early. You guys wanted a Philly sub. I could have picked one up last night and put it in the fridge in the ice box. You still want it? We'll get a sub. We'll get some tasty cakes. Drew's like, oh, no. And then he went on to explain his diet. But it was great because it wasn't like drink a lot of water and eat a lot of bran. His thing was, here's what I can't eat. No more brisket that's been rolled in fudge and jimmies. No more tequila trout. And poor Drew's like in the back, like going, oh. And eventually, after several hundred miles, Drew just put his head up and went, and Drew rarely loses his cool, but he put his head up and just went, stop talking about food! And then his head went back down on the back. And then we had nothing to talk about.
It was pretty quiet.
We sat silent for the next 100 miles. I mean, if Ronnie and I could not discuss food, we had nothing to discuss. Should have talked football.
Yeah.
Josh?
Yeah.
You're 17.
Yeah.
What's going on?
My dad, but first of all, Adam, you're great.
Thanks.
Drew?
Yeah.
Amazing. Cool. Here you go. My dad is like, I don't know. I just met him. He's like 17 years away from him. And we have this restaurant here. And every time he goes there,
like drinking with his friends and all that.
Can you figure out Josh's accent?
No, I can't.
Like Filipino?
Yeah, I am Filipino.
Oh, good job.
Ooh.
Wow, amazing, Adam.
Good call.
Yeah.
You're God.
Hey, I said
Whatever.
I work with Pogi.
What?
I work with a guy named Pogi who is Filipino.
Yeah.
Means handsome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, well.
It's true, right? Do you speak Filipino?
Yeah.
Doesn't Pogi mean handsome?
Yeah, that's handsome.
Okay.
Cool.
Thanks. Well, that was your idea now, huh, Josh?
Say okay.
Yeah.
Say okay.
Yeah. My question is, how can you differentiate alcoholism from socialization through drinking every night?
By the consequences.
And the fact if you haven't seen the guy since you were born, and you just met him,
Yeah, like 5 months ago.
yeah, that probably means that's alcoholism.
Right.
When you haven't seen your own kid since they were 3 months old.
Well, if there's substances involved still in his life, and if that is bothering his family, creating consequences of any sort, you got to look at it as a probability.
Why did you get back together with him? Why did you reunite?
The thing is, he left me there in the Philippines when I was like, 2 months old or something like that, and he worked here because he's like seaman, and he travels a lot, and he settles here in the U.S. and have kids with another, like,
Oh, what a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now you guys are back together because of what?
Nothing. He just picked us up there, and you go here and study here and forget about the Philippines.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, you sound like a pretty good guy. I think you're a little better than your dad is. And I know he's your dad, and I know you've waited a while to talk to him and everything, and I know maybe you built up a little fantasy about him. It's amazing. The dads who stay home, bust their ass, put their kids through school, buy them food, provide, put a roof over their head.
Kids hate them.
Kids hate their guts. There's no fantasy involved. Yeah, my dad's a fat, hairy, lazy piece of ass, But the dads that abandon their kids and go off and bang other chicks and start other families, there's a very elaborate fantasy built up about these guys.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Unless the guy was like trapped under a log for 17 years, he's probably not a great guy.
Yeah. At least he got the family. That's kind of wild that he went out and collected them after all that time.
He seems to have some moments of clarity, but he clearly, listen, he's like a merchant marine or something.
Yeah.
You have to be drunk when it's on the application. Are you drunk now?
And then, do you enjoy whoring? I guess what you pointed out earlier.
That's right. I don't know if anyone has seen the merchant marine application, but right under citizenship and birth date is, do you enjoy whoring?
Great.
If so, rub your penis on this box. And I don't know, they have some way of knowing. All right, so, Josh, I know you're worried about your dad, but I don't know if he's an alcoholic or not. I don't think you should obsess over it.
Alateen,
take care of yourself,
Alateen
please.
might be a place you can go if you want some support with people who have parents that have a similar problem.
All right, now when we come back, who are we going to talk to, Drew?
I was thinking, this one.
Gwen, who got drunk, had sex with a guy, doesn't know if they used protection. Interesting. All right, we'll talk to her after this.
I feel so liquidy. Really?
What? You're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Loveline will be right back.
Spreading water in a sea of retarded sexuality.
Loveline.
Exclusively on Tucson's New Rock. 92.1 KFMA.
Hey, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191.
Gwen.
Drew? Gwen.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay, I slept with this guy on Saturday night, and we were both, like, really high and really drunk, and I think he used a condom, but he doesn't remember anything about that night, and I need the morning after pill. And
Was this your first experience?
Yeah, I was a virgin before this.
This sounds kind of awful, doesn't it?
Oh.
Well, I don't know. I don't remember like a lot about it, but I know I slept with him.
How do you know that?
I was coming off of being high when I slept with him. So
Going high?
I remember, like, that part most clearly.
Being high on pot?
Yeah. And I was drinking a lot.
Uh-huh. So it wasn't everything you'd hoped.
No, we didn't go at it for that long.
Yeah. Do you like the guy?
No, I didn't. I, like, hated him a couple months ago. He's my ex-boyfriend's best friend.
Why'd you sleep with him if you hated him?
Because, I don't know, I just had a lot to drink and a lot to smoke, and I was totally out of it.
Did he rape you?
No, I wanted it from him.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I've spent the better part of my adult life high and drunk, right, Drew?
Yeah.
I still known the ones I was attracted to and the ones I wasn't.
Well, I mean, I don't like him like that, but I don't know. He was, like, trying to get me to have a threesome before that and stuff with his...
Why would you put up with such an a-hole?
Well, yeah, he's an asshole, but...
Why? Why would you get yourself involved with someone like that?
Why what?
Why do you get yourself involved with someone like that?
Well, we were just, like, all at the same party. That's how it happened.
Oh, well, that explains it.
And the party had winded down. There
Why
was,
would
like,
you get yourself
No,
involved with...
well, they were at the same party.
Yeah. Why would you get yourself involved with somebody like that?
All right.
I don't know. It's just, like, I hung around him a lot when he was with my boyfriend, when I was with my boyfriend.
Let me ask the question differently. What in your life has made you feel so awful about yourself?
What?
What has happened to you that made you feel bad about yourself?
I don't feel bad about myself.
Okay. All right.
I came from a good family and everything. My parents are still together.
Wouldn't you select somebody that you felt good about or made you feel good?
Yeah, so I need to know where I can get...
Wait a minute. I'm not letting you off this one.
Oh, who cares, Drew? Let her off. She just wants to get the morning after pill and get the F off the phone.
Do you have a doctor?
Yeah, but I can't see the doctor.
Why?
Because I don't want my parents to find out.
How would they find out?
I don't know.
They wouldn't find out. It's against the law for the doctor to discuss it with your parents. You're a very wealthy woman if he divulges anything you don't want him to tell.
You mean you get to sue him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's against the law.
What city are you calling from?
Well, I don't want to say the city because...
What state are you calling?
What state?
It's California.
Okay. Call your doctor. Tell him what happened.
Okay, well, first, can I get it free at Planned Parenthood?
Can you get them free? No, I doubt it. You'll probably have to pay for some sort of visit. I suspect you can call the national number. It's 1-800.
Yeah, I've already talked to him.
And what they...
Why are you asking us then? What did they say when you called them?
Well, because I can't use the insurance. I can't get the insurance number or everything to use that, and I don't have any money.
What did Planned Parenthood say when you asked them?
They just said they gave me like a stack full of papers, like 5 of them, and asked me to fill them out, and told me that they would have to examine me and before.
But what did you asked about the money? Did you?
No, I didn't ask them about the money. They were closing when I got there.
Okay.
Well, they definitely will have to see you. I'm sure of that.
Why? Why do they have to see her?
I'm sure it's just it's
a liability thing.
Yeah.
Listen, I know we started the show with me and my righteous indignation about this particular topic, but I can't figure this out. There's a pill out there that makes not abortion, but really conception an almost impossibility in situations where people couldn't render consent, or the condom broke, or they were raped, they were drunk, they were foolish, whatever it was. There's a pill out there that exists. This pill is as dangerous as I'm trying to think of the gum I used to love that was so yummy.
Dentine?
No, the medicine gum, Asper gum.
Oh,
is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Orange, yummy. Point is this stuff isn't any more dangerous than a throat lozenge.
No.
Now it's legal in a state or two, but illegal in all the other states.
It requires a prescription in the other states.
Sorry. Yes, and the problem is accessibility in a real short period of time, and here's what you're dealing with. You're not dealing with people that have a lot of experience in this system
or
at all. I mean, I'm 34 years old. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I mean, you're dealing with someone who's 15, 16, 17 years old, 14, 13 years old, who is of a mindset that they were able to get knocked up or have sex without protection. I mean, you're not dealing with the most stable of people. As you just gathered, theoretically, from our last conversation with Gwen, where Drew pressed on her for like an hour and 45 minutes about why she slept with a guy she really wasn't into, and she had no answers for him. You know what I'm saying, Drew?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Why can't we take this goddamn pill and just spread it around? What's the harm in that? It drives me insane. What do you want? Do you want people like Gwen having kids with people like a drunken threesome a-hole friend of ex-boyfriend guy? Is that the kind of effing world you idiots want to live in? What is the danger in this, Drew?
I don't know.
Why is it okay for Washington or Oregon and not okay for the rest of the United States? Is this a safe pill?
Yes.
Then whose business is it?
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
I mean, is it the FDA's job to pass moral?
No, the FDA has approved it. It's not the FDA.
Why can't we have this then?
It's something to do with the state legislatures. I think each state would have to.
What are those pussies' arguments?
I don't know.
It's going to lead to more sex?
Probably.
And let me say something right now. All you idiots out there who think accessibility when it comes to birth control leads to more sex. I carried around a condom for the first 14 years of my life. It never got out of my wallet. Do you know what I'm saying? I wish that thing would have got me laid, but it didn't.
But now it's a nice mantelpiece.
Yeah, it's nice. You know what I did with it? I opened it up, and when I was scattering my grandfather's ashes out in the open sea, I scattered the ashes, too. It was just turned to powder at that point. Okay, Drew, please. Here's what I'm saying. Gwen over here, she got loaded. She was high at a party. She was drunk at a party, and some guy forced himself on her pretty much. And she rendered consent, but she was loaded.
Yeah.
Now, do you think she was thinking about the morning after pill?
No.
And that's why she did it?
No.
Because she knew that she could have unprotected sex. She was high. She was loaded. She was horny. She's 17. She's stupid. She was at a party. That's what happens, everybody.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's a mystery to me as well. And it should be available to everybody. It really should.
We can't agree on that as a society, that we don't want people like Gwen having kids? It boggles the mind.
Yeah.
It boggles my goddamn mind. All right, Drew?
Hang on a second. What else did I want to say about Gwen? Something.
Forget it. Find the next call. My mind is being boggled. Do you understand?
All right.
Do you boggle anything else?
No.
I boggled.
No.
What do you boggle?
Your mind.
Just your mind?
Yeah.
You should be able to boggle other stuff. I'm going to work on I'm going to boggle my elbow when I get home. Josh?
Yes.
You're 17?
No, this is the other
Oh,
job.
I mean you're 19.
Yeah. Well, I'm a child molester, I guess, but you know, ever since I've been listening to Loveline, it's been about 2 years, you know, you guys have sort of turned me around to the right direction, and I've kind of kept myself away from young children, and you know, if I ever am, I try to have, you know, like other people around and stuff.
Right.
And I've just gotten insurance, and I'm going to be going to see a therapist in a while, and I was just wondering how I could bring this up to him.
All right.
All right, this is good.
Hold on.
Well, I mean, it's not great, but
that's good.
Well, it's good radio. It's bad life.
No, it's a good story.
That's good.
He's turned it around something bad.
The pedophiles turn it around. You know what I always think? I think of the butt love when I hear about that. Josh?
Yeah.
You're into boys?
Well, it's sort of been both.
Whatever?
Yeah.
What are most pedophiles into? Hold on, Josh, because we're going to take a break.
Okay.
We'll fix you right up. What are most pedophiles into?
I don't know the answer to that.
Guys, though, right? You think? Either one?
Happens a lot. It's both, yeah.
Okay. We'll take a little break. We'll come back. We'll get to the other side of Josh. I was going to say the bottom, but then I would have to make fun of myself. Drew, do you have to start leaving?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be back.
This is Loveline. Loveline will be right back.
Hi, this is Andy Dick from News Radio, and you're listening to Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Andy's got a little trouble.
Well, we won't speculate on that just yet. Oh, actually, we will, but we'll take a quick 10-second break, and we'll be back with more Loveline in just 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on Radio Station.
Saludos, amigos.
This is the New Rock Alternative. 90.1 KFMA.
Green now in Tucson.
It is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. He is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. So what happened?
I don't want to speak about somebody behind their back, but I guess Andy had a little trouble with the law today. And
Andy Dick. Yeah.
I swear to God, he's got to get that hypomania under control. That is what's nailing him. I mean, his recovery was well in hand, and if you don't treat the underlying other problems, the recovery just gets blown apart.
Yeah. How do you treat something like that?
Well, mood-stabilizing drugs like Depakote.
Yeah, but then he might not be funny.
That's people's fantasy.
It is.
Yeah, and they're still fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, we could do all kinds of good things to you, and you'd be fine still.
Really?
Yeah, you'd just be easier to be around.
I don't need anything.
Right.
Drew, I swear to God, I'm going to hit you on the head with this coffee mug if you say I need mood-stabilizing drugs one more time. Do you hear me? Okay.
Oh, come on.
All right. Well, we wish Andy. Andy's sort of a friend of the show. He's been on the show many times. Always a good time. But so is the circus. You know, I mean, doesn't mean you want to join it.
Live in it, yeah.
That's right. Okay, Josh.
Yes.
Okay, so you were a pedophile, right?
Well, he is one.
Oh, you are one. Are you always one? Is it like alcoholism?
In a way.
But you don't brag about it like you do. Like when you're, there's guys that are the serious program guys.
Yeah.
And you make the mistake of saying, they go, I haven't touched a drop in 27 years. And you go, oh, yeah. So I guess you used to be a pretty good alcoholic. I'm still an alcoholic. Sorry, man. Sorry. You put the beer down and walk away. It's like, we haven't drank in 24 years. You're still an alcoholic, though, right? Oh, yes. So, but I'm guessing if you're a pedophile, you don't cling to that quite as much.
No, not quite the same.
I haven't touched a kid in 20 years, but I'm still a pedophile.
Josh, again, where are you calling from? What area?
Kentucky.
Okay. You've got insurance now, so you're going to be able to see a doctor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the question was, how do you bring this up with your therapist?
Yeah.
I think first, make sure you're doing all the right things behaviorally, so you're not at risk of doing anything right at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure it's a therapist you see for a long time. Realize that even with insurance, you probably have to pay out of pocket for the kind of therapy you need.
Okay.
And if you only are allowed 3 or 4 visits, that's all you can afford, then you've got to tell them about this right up front. Because we've brought this up already once this evening, but there are 12-step support groups that might be able to help you with this sort of thing. If it's something where you're going to be able to have a long-term relationship with a therapist, get the relationship going first, make sure you're comfortable, and then start talking.
Have you been busted before?
No.
You haven't?
Well, that's kind of what I wanted to know, too. I mean, from listening to this show, I've noticed that the victims, that like different things that they do, it's sort of like brought out them, getting into drugs or having sex at a young age, and
right.
it just makes me feel real bad.
Right.
That I was sort of helped that along.
Yeah.
Well,
but
you did. I'm not going to lie to you on that one, but it's good that you're stopping, obviously. And it isn't, I don't know, it's not a death sentence for your victims, but it ain't a great legacy.
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time you did it?
It must have been about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Did someone mess around with you?
Of course.
When you were a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I sort of had that peer thing.
Somebody your own age did something to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, my dad had his different pornography laying around and stuff.
Yeah.
I wish my dad had some pornography laying around, for Christ's sake. I got to talk to my dad about that. I don't know what my dad's deal is. He's not a religious guy. Not a scrap of porn in that house.
That's all right. You've more than made up for the Carolla.
But I had to hit the road. I had to look, search the neighborhood for it.
Behind liquor stores. Trash bins.
Yeah, trash bins were good. I don't know what it is with guys throwing out porn. Listen, anyone wants to swing by my house and look at my garbage for porn, you could do it until you're 150. You wouldn't even find like a matchbook cover that had a strip joint on it. I just do not throw that away.
Anyway, for Josh, it's always hard to handle calls like this. He needs to establish a relationship with somebody. This needs to be contained. He's done a good job of keeping himself sort of out of risky situations so far, but it's going to take a far more thorough and comprehensive treatment course in order for this to be satisfactorily dealt with.
Right. Al?
Yes.
You're like 150 or something like that?
What's going on?
I'm 45. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. My question is, Dr. Drew, chronic pot smoker for 20 years. I've been sober for 91 days, and I wanted to know how long it took to get the THC out of my system so I could go have a urine and blood test.
It's been 3 months. It should be out by now.
Should be out by
Just
now.
don't
exercise.
Exercising or losing weight, I guess, could have a potential of some entering the urine. So be careful with that.
Does it stored in the fat?
Yeah.
Start burning the fat, and then it goes back in your bloodstream.
Yeah. Especially early in the game here, like in the first few weeks of sobriety.
Well, he's got 3 months.
Yeah, he's got 3 months, and be careful. There's a high incidence of depression in those first 6 months. Real serious depressions.
Okay.
You had anything like that happening?
No, not yet.
Are you? Why'd you quit?
Well, I'm trying to turn my life around.
Oh, that's nice.
Are you in the program?
No, I'm not.
You really need to get in the program now. You're just going to switch to something else.
Okay.
Have you been drinking a lot?
No.
Doing anything else?
Not at all.
Well, why are you getting tested?
Well, I'm trying to change my life around, looking for a job.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of job applications require drug testing.
Wow. All right.
Be careful.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Okay.
Hey, can I have all your old stuff? You know, roach clips, bongs, all that stuff?
Absolutely. I'll mail them to you.
You probably got like a whole head shop in your house, right?
In the basement, yeah.
Papers, right?
Oh, yeah.
What else do you got?
Anything you want to tell the 20-year-olds who are getting going on this?
I would use a lot of caution. I don't think I would start. If I had to do all over again, I don't think I would.
What do you think it did to you?
It caused me a lot of problems. Luckily, I think I had a lot of good luck. If it wasn't for that, I'd probably really be in a lot of trouble.
What kind of problems it caused?
Just a lot of personal problems.
Hey, Al?
Yes?
I'm interested in the personal problems, but I'm more interested in your old hookah pipe. Now, Drew, don't you agree that it would be a very sort of cathartic...
To give everything away?
Yeah, important, symbolic experience for him to pack up all of that stuff and like a hustler or two, put it in a box and send it to the station.
Do you smoke cigarettes too, Al?
No, I haven't smoked cigarettes in 20 years.
All right.
Well,
you're telling you got the chronic bronchitis that a lot of pot smokers get too, so you might want to take care of that.
You probably got a lighter or two, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, well, you're not going to need those.
No.
You're not smoking cigarettes, right?
No, I'm not.
All right, pack all that up and send it.
Okay, I'll send it to you, Adam.
Yeah. And wrap it in coffee grounds and foil, because if Engineer Mike smells pot coming through a box, he'll chew it open. Scrape all the resins out before I get it, right, Drew? Mm-hmm. Okay. John?
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
You're 31. What's happening?
Yeah, how you doing? You guys were talking previously about going overseas and sowing drills in the military, and I was one of those guys. At the age of 19 years old, I went to the Philippines, and I spent 4 years in a fantasy island, is what they called it. But in the course of those 4 years...
Why was it a fantasy island?
Hookers.
Oh, absolutely. LBFMs is what they called them.
Which was what?
Little brown F machines is what the terminology for the Filipino women were. But anyway, world, and when I separated from the Air Force, she kind of became very special to me. And over the years, I'm professionally employed right now. I graduate with my bachelor's degree in about 2 weeks here in engineering. So I'm a professional person. I'm very well read, but this person was always very special. So I hired a private investigator to try to find her. But the gist of it is this whole relationship thing.
Where did you meet her?
In the Philippines.
Is she Filipino?
Yes, she is.
And did you meet her in a brothel?
In a bar, in a brothel kind of thing. Yeah, they call them bar girls, but I mean, a lot of Americans met their wives that way.
Yeah, I know. I have.
And personally, Dr. Drew and Adam, I'm of the personal belief. It's been my experience. I've been around the block. I've traveled a lot around the world, and in my opinion, it's all for sale in one way or the other. Whether it's in a third world country, you're paying for it, or you're in Irvine courting Orange County princess, in one way or another, you're paying for it.
Oh, that's
my philosophy in life.
I know, that's a horrible philosophy.
The irony here is that this woman, she's been married for 9 years. She's happy. She's in a 3-bedroom house. She has two children.
Yeah.
She has a husband. And it's like an irony of my life. I mean, it kills me because here I am. I'm this educated, professional person in this country, and it kills me the fact that this is the ultimate irony of my life. And I don't want to say, I am obsessed with this woman. She calls me, I don't call her. I respect her relationship with her husband, but I was obsessed with her. And to tell you the truth, to this day, I go around the world. I just got back from Frankfurt, Germany last summer, and Amsterdam, and the whole thing. And I'm not going to say it regrettably. I like sex with prostitutes. I really do.
Yeah, John, you got a whole lot going on here, pal.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A whole lot going on.
I mean, Dr. Drew, you have to look at my whole thing. We have to look at this. Analyze this culture. I mean, please don't look at me negatively. I'm a very well-read person.
I know.
I don't like to go with the grain in this culture. Okay,
listen, Ted Bundy read a lot.
Yeah,
through this reading. You're not going to get any fans
I don't have
here.
anything in common with serial killers or anything else like that.
Okay, well, hold on a second. Okay. Wait, I'm putting John on hold for a second here because the guy's like an auctioneer on a double cappuccino.
Well, that's one of the things he's got, this hypomania.
You know what I like? I like guys who have these sort of misogynist, retarded philosophies, but they figure if they can keep laying them on, you'll never get a chance to rebut them. John's like, well, there's something I learned in the Philippines when I was banging underage hookers over there. All women have a price on them. Now, hear me out. You go to Orange County, take a chick out a date, you get a movie, you go out and have a little brisket after that. That's going to put you back $140. In the end, you get a hand job in the back of the vulva. When I was in the Philippines, I was banging 15-year-olds at once. It was setting me back at $10 a piece. I had a couple of kamikazes, and my buddies were fine. But that is my philosophy, and I'm a well-read guy. I'm very educated. I do a lot of traveling. So... wait a minute. Let's just backtrack just a little bit here. Now, I'm going to say one thing before we get back to who are we talking to?
John.
Yeah, John. I've said this before. Why do we have to send everyone to the Philippines? What the F is going on in the Philippines that we need to take every single guy who enlists and give him a free trip to the Philippines, where, by the way, all he does is bang teenage girls and get loaded? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Why do I got to fund that as a taxpayer? Guys, Japanese businessmen spend $10,000 to go on the kind of sex tours that we pay for. What the hell do you think is going to happen when you take a 19-year-old with a GED, load him up with a uniform and some cash, and send him over to the Philippines with nothing to do? Are we surprised? I'll tell you, if I was the Filipino government, I would have a class action suit against the entire United States. I would say, according to my calculations, 7 million of you round eyes have banged the hell out of like half our country in the last 15 years. I had a cousin who went over there, got married, brought the chick back, didn't speak a lick of English, had like 4 kids with her, and she just beat the crap out of him constantly. Because it was a disaster. Now,
this was a hooker he met?
I don't know what the hell he was, what she was. What am I going to ask?
No, it's interesting insight.
All right, now listen.
It's very humorous.
Now relax over here for a second.
Oh, sure.
This girl, because I still can't figure something out. Is she currently living in the Philippines?
No, she's married. She's in adjacent state. Let me just put it that way.
Hold on. Do they throw you out of the country when you get married in the Philippines? Like, sorry, only hookers and pimps.
Yeah, no, I understand. No, they don't throw you out. It's just...
She's living abroad.
Yeah.
Okay, but not in the Philippines.
No.
In an adjacent state to California.
I hired a private investigator to, to find this person. It was,
okay.
it was very special.
She's in the United States.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the movie Vertigo with Jimmy Stewart and Kim Novak?
Yeah.
Okay, I suffer through. I picture myself as Jimmy Stewart and the obsession with Kim Novak.
John, movies are only about very sick people. Okay, seriously.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean,
yeah, didn't you see Gandhi?
What's that?
But I mean, movies, romantic
not
movie
just
pieces
like
of stuff are about people with personality disorders because that's where drama comes from. Is from people with,
Okay, so John, but you met her 9 years ago?
Just thereabouts, yeah.
And initially, did you have any kind of relationship with her?
Yeah, it was great. And matter of fact,
what kind of relationship did you have with her?
Well, it was primarily sexual, and that's why I'm so obsessed with it. It was,
and what made
ritualistic sex, and it was so hot.
What made you leave the relationship?
Too young at the time. When you're 19 years old, you don't know what you got. It's when you go through the cold, cruel world and deal with reality.
John, you need
hey, John, what do you sell something for a living?
No, of course not.
What do you do for a living?
I am a professional. I don't want to say what I do. Let's just say I'm a professional.
You got to sell something.
I don't. I'm finishing a speech class very soon, but I don't know anything.
Are you driving everyone at the office nuts?
You know.
Well, he's a student.
No, he said he's a professional.
I graduate my bachelor's in 2 weeks.
I graduate my bachelor's in 2 weeks.
But he works full time. I don't know what the hell he
does. And I'm still in the reserves.
All right.
How many hours a night do you sleep?
You know?
How many hours a night do you sleep?
What's that?
How many hours a night do you sleep?
About 8 hours. I'm pretty ritualistic about my sleep.
You're obsessive about everything, John. Believe me.
Hey, but John, all right, you're an intelligent guy. Do you understand that this sounds a little nutty?
No.
Hiring the private investigator to run down a hooker you met when you were 19?
I understand according to how we want like a normal life to be in this culture. For me, a normal life is you know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right. John, what is your question in that case?
That is my question. I mean, I'm asking Dr. Drew, what's the deal with this obsessive relationship? I haven't, we can...
Well, hey, stop defending it, and we'll tell you what the deal is.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I would need a lot more to know about John. I mean, he's hyperverbal and he's tangential and he may be hypomanic. We were talking about Andy Dick and his hypomania. He clearly is obsessive compulsive, and that might be the entire syndrome.
This guy makes to use one of his own references. This guy makes Andy Dick seem like Alfred Hitchcock.
That's right.
I've never met a guy. I'd like to put these two in the same room and have them just have a gab off
and just run the other way.
I mean, it'd be a great pay-per-view.
But there's clearly...
John, the hooker-obsessed reserve, who's in college and a professional, squares off against News Radio's Andy Dick in a gabathon.
There's all kinds of stuff here. I mean, he's just finishing college at 31. It's all very chaotic and confused.
Okay, tell him what he's doing is wrong, and let's move on.
You may create all sort of rational excuses for why you are the way you are, and you want to blame it on the culture, indeed do. But the fact is you're not coping in reality right now. You built a whole fantasy around this relationship. It's not reality. The reality is she has a husband, you have a life out here. This is ridiculous and unhealthy and obsessional.
Then imagine your nightmare as a husband and father of three when auctioneer John comes showing up.
Yeah.
I was banging your wife when I was 19. High five, buddy.
The other thing is his preoccupation with sex is terribly abnormal. That's what makes him think it might be bipolar.
Okay.
And whether he's a sex addict or bipolar, I don't know, but it's all a very energized quality to it that suggests something happened to John too. Something may not be obvious.
He needs a Quaalude and a 40-ounce.
Yeah, he needs a psychiatric assessment.
John,
and just a second. And just in terms of symptoms, John wants to place everything on these sort of relativistic issues of culture. If the symptoms are troubling you, you can't get on with your life, you can't get on with relationships, those are substantial symptoms, and that's the time to see somebody to get that.
And listen, all you a-holes that blame society's judging and everything's great except for culture, society's prying eyes, that's all we're going off of, brother. That's it. If society says you're nutball, you're nutball. Society says you're fat, you're fat. If they say you're loser, you're loser. That's it, 100%. John, not the same John, the marginally saner John, I'm guessing.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Yep.
Yeah, hi, John, or Adam and Drew, this is John.
Hey, John.
You guys threw me off there for a second.
I know, well, it's easy when you don't use your real name.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I have been seeing a doctor now or multiple doctors for probably about 5 months, and it looks like I might have autoimmune hepatitis, which is a disease, I guess, well, from what I understand, is where my immune system attacks my liver.
Right, we used to call it leukoid hepatitis.
Okay. And they have ruled out that it is not one of the viral hepatitis as in hepatitis B or C or whatever.
Right. Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
And my question then is more specifically, because I've done a fair amount of research, so I don't have a whole lot on the disease itself, but my question for you is there any way to transmit this disease via sexual or any other type of contact?
Not that we know of. However, I suppose there's a very small but finite possibility that you have one of the unidentifiable viral forms of hepatitis. But there are specific tests that they can tell, in fact, you have leukoid hepatitis.
How do you get leukoid hepatitis?
You just get it. The ANA is positive typically. The liver biopsy has characteristic changes. So if you have true autoimmune hepatitis, that is just one of those things, and it is not contagious as far as I know.
Is that bad?
It can be controlled. No,
it can?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not good, but it's not awful.
How do they do a liver biopsy when you're still alive?
It's easy.
It is?
Yeah, take an ultrasound. They just go psh, psh, like this with a big fat needle.
Just stick it right in you?
Yep.
Just puncture your liver?
Like, boom, like that. Yeah.
Oh, well, hold on.
Yes.
And it just pulls out a piece of liver on it?
Yes.
It doesn't damage the liver at all?
No.
How do they know?
You can have an ultrasound. You can see where things are.
Oh, they see where it is?
Yeah, and then sometimes you stay overnight and make sure no bleeding.
How do they know what part of the liver they're getting? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's the good part.
Sometimes. But again, you look at the ultrasound. Sometimes tell.
Christopher?
Yeah.
You're 19.
Yeah.
Usually it's pretty diffuse.
The situation that I have is that I've been going out with my girlfriend for about 3 months now, and she has this friend. She's like 18 years old. She's constantly following me around and like calling me at like all hours of the night, and she won't leave me alone. And the thing is that I've constantly told my girlfriend to go ahead and tell her to back off because I don't want to tell her to back off personally because she said that she wants me to stay out of it and that she said that she wants to handle it. But the thing that bothers me is that whenever I keep asking her to do that, she gets really defensive about it, and I'm trying to figure out if she's
girlfriend
trying
gets
to choose her over me.
This is your girlfriend's friend?
Yeah.
And your girlfriend gets defensive?
Yeah, she gets defensive when I ask her to go ahead and to tell her to back off.
And why don't you do it when your girlfriend wants you to do it?
His girlfriend doesn't want him to do it.
She doesn't want me to do it. When I say it's like I want to go ahead and tell her to back off, what she does is that she starts getting real upset about it.
Wait a minute. Do you ever see her without your girlfriend being present?
No, actually, I haven't.
You haven't. Only when you and your girlfriend are together do you see this obsessive friend of your girlfriend who comes after you.
Yeah, but she's constantly calling me at like all hours of the night when she thinks like my girlfriend's over here with me.
When she thinks your girlfriend's over there.
Right.
Doesn't she think that would upset your girlfriend?
I don't know because I don't talk to her. I don't talk to her. It's like when she calls me when I hear her voice, I constantly hang up because I don't want to talk to her.
You just hang up.
Yeah.
Phone rings, you pick it up, she says hi, you hang up.
Yeah.
And then she calls back the next day?
And she like calls back, like a couple hours later, or sometimes like a couple minutes.
And she's looking for your
constantly calling me.
And she's looking for your girlfriend?
I don't know. I think she's like looking for me and my girlfriend, or she's looking for my girlfriend. I don't know what she's looking for, and it's really starting to flip me out a little bit.
You don't sweat the details, do you, Christopher? I mean, what do you mean you don't know if she knows she's looking for you or?
Well, I don't know if she's like looking for me.
All right. Listen, why is this girl?
Both of us.
How can this girl be your girlfriend's best friend?
That's what she says she is. I mean,
well, maybe they do everything together, and she gets real lonely.
I don't know. Well, listen, your girlfriend.
She told me that she's told me that these two have known each other, for like ever since they were like 5 years old.
How old is your girlfriend?
She's 19.
All right.
Is she a little baddie?
Well,
she's
only
got
on occasion.
She's got to be a little whacked. I don't understand that. I mean, how does she not communicate with her so-called best friend who's blatantly hitting on her boyfriend and calling at all hours?
I didn't hear that she's hitting on him.
Well, that's what Christopher
She's just tagging along.
Christopher?
Yeah?
Is she hitting on you?
She tries to flirt with me. She's like always making like certain types of like flirtatious movements towards me, like giving me like certain kind of looks and then rubbing up against me sometimes.
Maybe she's just being friendly.
No. But Christopher, you're not one of those guys who goes to the zoo and goes like, yeah, the koala bear was hitting on me. Just give me the eye.
Yeah.
Are you one of those guys?
No.
No.
Yeah.
So you're sure she was hitting on you?
Yeah.
And your girlfriend knows she hits on you?
Yeah.
Tell your girlfriend to handle it.
All right.
Okay. And Christopher?
Yeah.
Start paying attention. You should know what's going on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You should be able to figure this one out, and your girlfriend should be pissed off at her best friend for stalking, bugging, and hitting on her boyfriend, but I bet if we spoke to her, we'd learn something else.
Oh, yes.
So, you know the thing about guys? There's two types of guys, Drew.
Yeah.
And there's no middle ground. There's the guys who chick could start giving him a rim job, and he wouldn't admit to himself, her, or anyone else that she was attracted to him. And then there's the ones where the chick turns the hose on him, and he's yelling, "You know you love it, baby. You love the attention."
Right.
What is that?
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Shouldn't there be some just sort of happy middle ground? Some sort of sane breed of guy who actually knows when a woman's attracted or unattracted to him?
Yes, there should be.
Okay. I think I may be that man, Drew.
No.
I know that no women are attracted to me.
Right, it's the former.
It is? But I don't know. I think I'm right.
Well, that may be. But even if somebody were, you wouldn't know it.
Try this. Mike, you're not attracted to me, are you? No. Ann? No. See? Drew?
No.
Huh?
No.
Huh?
Well,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everybody now.
Loveline, I'll be right back.
You're gay.
KFMA.
Loveline, the phone number here at Loveline is 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew's to my left. That would be to your right if you're facing the radio. And he brought in one of his very exciting medical magazines. And if anyone wants to see anything that's interesting, open one of these medical magazines. Look on the back page after they advertise one of these drugs or something. Oh, my God. What is this, Drew?
It's just sort of a package insert.
What do you do with this? Are you supposed to read this?
No, that's all for the legal ads.
I have not read this much text since junior high. I mean, to this present day.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. Oh, those goddamn lawyers. You know what I love about lawyers, Drew? I know you hate lawyers, but here's the thing I hate about lawyers. There is a page that has so much crap on it that you would never even attempt to begin reading it, and therefore you wouldn't get anything from it.
Right.
Instead of just putting a couple of things in some bold print,
you get nothing.
You get nothing. I mean, even the part about drinking it with alcohol or without alcohol or however you take it or dosage, you couldn't even figure that out because it is like looking at wallpaper of thousands of little letters.
Yep. And they all say basically the same thing, too. There's really not a lot of difference, package insert to package insert. Because you have to put down every reported side effect during the course of a study. And guess what? You give somebody a placebo and I have a headache, I have a rash, I have a cold. That gets recorded as potential side effects from this medication.
Not on the placebo, though. Why on the placebo?
In other words, the fact that you're giving them medication at all gets the placebo gets just as many of the same side effects as the pill.
Right.
But they have to report it because the pill got it also.
I see. Ridiculous. Oh. True, you want to kill all lawyers, don't you?
No.
True, are you going to pick out our call?
Well, relax.
Can we leave off somewhere?
Yeah, here we go.
Mark?
Adam.
You're 19.
Yeah, what's up?
Nothing. What are you doing?
Hey, Dr. Drew, what's up?
Not much.
Anyways, yeah, I'm 19, and I'm in college, and my girlfriend's here with me. And we've been going out for about like a year and a half.
She's there with you right now?
No, she's not here with me. Well, she's in her dorm room.
All right.
And see, like, we've been together the whole school year, and we were together before we came here. And since we've been here, I'm like 19, right? And it's the college life, and I'm seeing the college life, but we're together, and she's like really...
Mark, relax.
You want to get laid.
You don't want to be together, yeah.
No, I do. No, I really love her.
No.
That's what I'm trying to say.
No, Mark.
No, listen, we were together before we came to college. That's not my question.
That's all the more reason why we know this is the case.
All right, well, all right, what is the question then?
But I'm trying to say she got real controlling once we got to college.
Yeah, because she knows what you're up to.
You're seeing the college life.
I'm not up to anything. She just she won't let me go out to like parties with my friends and stuff like that. I mean, I want to be with her. I don't want to cheat on her. I have no desire to. Really, I mean, I mean, I see the temptation out there and all that.
So what do you want to do?
I don't know. But see, she broke up with me.
What is it?
On Friday night because I went out to a party and she didn't know about it.
Yeah.
And she can't trust me. She thinks that like every time I go out I'm gonna cheat on her and all this stuff, but I don't.
Yeah. When you say you see the college life and all this that goes with it, what is it you're referring to?
All I'm saying is, like, you know, you see all your friends who are single, they're out there. I feel like I'm at college with my mom sometimes.
Mark, stay with me. What is it you want to participate in this college life?
Nothing. I mean, just going out and being able to, like, get drunk and have... I mean, I'm talking about just going out with my friends. She won't let me go out with my friends.
And Mark?
Yeah.
And doing what with your friends?
No, just get... Like, she doesn't want me to drink. And just, like, you know...
Well, listen.
I'm not talking about getting with girls or nothing like that.
Okay, Mark?
But...
Mark. Earth to Mark. She broke up with you, right?
No, but still we break up, like, every day.
You break up every day?
Not every day, but I mean, you know how... Like,
a couple times a week?
Like you said earlier, I heard you talk. Anyways. But yeah, no, not a couple times a week, but...
All right. Why do you need to stay in this relationship, Mark?
Because we've been together, like, so long. I mean...
Yeah, I know.
That's not a good reason.
I know. People treat relationships...
like bad investments.
Yeah,
it's
like
going to zero.
It's like an IRA or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I put 10 grand in 5 years ago, and now I got to ride it out. I'm going to get penalized for early withdrawal. Just get out. You guys met your junior year in high school. She's riding you like a mule. You guys break up every 15 minutes. She won't let you. You said it's like going to college with your mom. You can't enjoy the college life.
I mean, saying that about a relationship that is supposed to be something you're enjoying, it's not the reason to be in a relationship to have those sorts of feelings.
I love her.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you this, Drew.
Yes.
Forget it.
What?
I thought I had a good question. I don't know. I mean, here's what I want to say.
No.
My parents divorced when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's other parents that stay together, even though maybe they shouldn't stay together.
Right.
And the kids pick up that vibe.
Right.
Do you think that leads them to string out relationships when they're 17, 18 years old?
I don't know. Good question.
It is good?
Yeah.
All right. Let's write that one down then. Spencer?
Yeah.
You are 1,818 years old.
Something like that.
Is that true? No.
Yeah.
You're 18?
That's what it says on the board.
I'm going with 18 or 36. Maybe.
18.
Okay. What's happening?
Well, I have a slight problem. My girlfriend does not like my cum. She says it tastes like garlic, and it gets spit up on my stomach. And I don't like that.
You don't like that?
Nah.
And...
Well, she doesn't like garlic.
No. Is there any way I can change my diet or anything to, like, make it taste better? Any drugs? I don't know.
Are you eating a lot of garlic?
I like Italian food.
You do?
Yeah.
Keeps the vampires away, though, too. I want to suck your schlong. Am I allowed to say that?
No, but you're out of it.
I'm not? All right.
Mike, put that on a card,
make
please.
a bad joke every once in a while. It's all right. Let's see. It says, no. But does she have to spit it on your belly, Spencer?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm thinking about getting a bucket to put next to me or something.
Oh, God.
Yeah, get a spittoon, would you? Listen, I don't believe you, Spencer, by the way.
Why?
Because I don't believe the part about her spitting it on your belly.
Well, she doesn't do it every time. Sometimes it's stronger than others, and and she just can't even handle it.
Spencer, you don't sound 18, and you just don't sound like a guy who's getting a lot of oral sex. Really, I don't buy this.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you say, are you gay?
No.
Really?
I promise.
Huh?
I get it at least 2-3 times.
Huh? Yeah. You ever think about guys?
No.
A little bit?
No.
Huh.
Just you, Adam.
All right. That's healthy. Perfectly normal. All right, listen, get her bucket or something. Drew, what is that, pineapple they say you can eat?
Yeah, but we've actually talked to people that tried to test that. It doesn't seem to do much. But she doesn't like the taste, whatever, and that's fine. He's got to cope with that. That's the way it goes. Right?
Okay.
I mean, is that an awful thing?
Well, let me say this. Guys are forever trying to get women to swallow, but...
Why?
I'm just saying what guys are trying to do. But they're screwing up the terminology because we don't want them to swallow. We want them to finish.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
we don't want to be interrupted during that. You know what's interesting, Drew?
Yeah.
There's really there's just a handful of times a guy does not want to be interrupted. Taking a crap, the phone rings.
Right.
Maybe taking a nap. There's a couple of things a guy's doing when he doesn't want to be interrupted. This is number one. And the good news is it only, what's the average ejaculation last, Drew?
I don't know.
Well, what do you?
20 seconds?
20 seconds?
How long? I don't know.
20 seconds. I'd float one of the sofa pillows out the den door. 20 seconds.
I don't know.
No, okay. Well, let me tell you what 5 seconds is.
Look at this.
Ready? Go.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, I've made it to the hamper and the fridge by then, and I'm on the phone. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you're right.
20 seconds.
I don't know.
What kind of physician are you? Here's what I want to say. It is about this long. Let's see. Ready? Oh, I don't know why I have to wait till it gets to a big number, but all right, go. That's about it right there. Maybe about 3 seconds or so.
Remember the state you're in. If you waited about a week between your episodes.
Oh, that's right, yeah. 8 times a day. It's just one time. It's like a freight train, like an old steam train that just goes around once. The bar and the wheel just goes around once. But here's my point. Women, there's so much interruption that goes on in that 3-second period. It's ridiculous, pardon the pun. You're pulling out. You're going over here. You're going over there. She's yanking her mouth off. There's something. She's like smacking you in the back of the head. Give us that 3 seconds. That's what I'm saying. And if it just goes in your mouth and you just go spit it out in the toilet, that's fine. That's all we need. Huh? We don't care.
Or if she can find... he doesn't like the mess, is what it seems like.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
I think he's a little gay. Don't you?
Yeah.
This garlic sperm on his belly and stuff. I could hear it in his voice.
Yeah, well.
Okay. I know.
Yeah, well, she might find a more hygienic way of dealing with it, make him happier.
Okay, we'll take a little break. We'll, hold on. Melissa?
Yeah.
You masturbate every night.
You got it.
Thinks women want sex just as much as men?
You know it.
You single?
Right now I am, yeah.
Okay, but you might not be in 10 years?
Hopefully not.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
We'll talk to you about this.
All right.
I like when people do that. It's funny. Guys will go like, you single? Hell yes. When women, you go, you single?
At the moment.
At the moment, yeah. But I'm working on it.
Is this 11:45?
All right. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll speak to Melissa about her masturbatory habits.
The phone number for Loveline is 1-800-LOVE-191. Loveline, I'll be right back.
Loveline. We got more calls to get to, like Melissa, who masturbates every night.
Yep, I'm proud of it.
And you're very, very sexual.
Yeah. Sorry.
And what's your question?
Well, I just want to say, because you guys always comment that guys need it, more than women do. But I think women need it just as much. I don't think it's as black as white as you guys say it is.
Well, there's a couple things. One is that when people study it, men think about sex like orders of magnitude more than women.
Oh, I do it every day.
I'm just saying, in general, when it's studied.
Right.
Now, you may, for whatever reason, think about it more. And women, even when they become sex addicts, almost always enter as love and intimacy compulsives. That they, again, women may want sex, but they still perceive it as part of an intimate encounter, while men, just as a completely detached experience, want sex. And it's relatively uncommon unless a woman has had some sort of experience where she has been traumatized around her sexuality and sort of uses it. It becomes a way of sort of empowering herself and reenacting that trauma later on.
Oh, okay.
Well, what's up with you?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you all right? Everything good?
Everything's great. It's just, it feels great and it's therapeutic, Even when I'm with a man, I still like to masturbate. I never can get enough.
Okay. When I never can get enough is sort of a...
Yeah. When did you lose your virginity?
Let's see now, 16?
Yeah. How old was the guy?
He was 17.
All right. Nothing before that?
Nope.
All right. Everything good, right? Dad never did anything weird?
No, but my boyfriend introduced me to masturbating because he wanted to watch me do it.
Yeah,
okay.
16-year-old, or 17-year-old, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I got started.
All right. Why aren't you married or anything?
I choose not to be. It's not important.
Okay. You like guys?
Oh, yeah. I get Playgirl.
You get Playgirl?
Yeah.
You like your dad?
What?
You like your dad?
What do you mean?
You know, do you like him?
Oh, yeah. We talk
Okay.
every day.
All right. Oh. All right, Melissa. Well, good luck.
Thanks, Adam.
Okay.
You too.
Bye-bye. I don't trust people talking to their parents every day, by the way. But people think that's a good thing. I mean, being estranged and not speaking to your dad for 5 years, that's bad. But the people go, yeah, we talk every day. We go camping. We go everything. I'm like, oh. Could you imagine? True. Could you imagine talking to your folks every day, going like camping with them and stuff? What happens? What is that? You know what my dad does now?
What?
He does therapy at prisons.
Wow.
And he goes in to the death row, high security part, and he just for free, like all day, just sits there and talks to.
He's just interested in that, or?
I don't know. I'm guessing, yeah.
What is he up to?
He ain't flying model planes.
He doesn't like your car.
I'll tell you that. I don't know. I have no idea. Nicole?
Yeah.
You're 18.
Yes.
What's happening?
I had a question about my boyfriend and I have been together for a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
When we started sleeping together, he was a virgin. He's 23 when we started sleeping together. And
hold on. Let me do some quick math there. 16 and change?
No, I was 17.
Oh, okay. That's completely different. He's
well, I was a senior in high school, and I met him at work.
And he's 23.
Yeah,
he was 23.
He's 24 now.
A little shaky, but
No, he's a good guy.
All right.
Shaking.
It's all right.
Anyways.
Just being allegedly out of college and dating someone as a senior in high school, I always felt it's a little weird. But all right, keep going.
Anyways, so when we started sleeping together, he was a virgin, and he would be able to go to perform like twice a night, and or like right after.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't. It's hard for him to like go again.
Yeah.
Can't get it up.
Yeah.
Or even if he does, and he doesn't usually ejaculate.
Yeah. Yeah, he's begun the slow dying process that men begin in their mid-20s.
That and the relationship is no longer the novelty that it was.
Is what?
Yeah, you have to understand. Oh,
it's the Coolidge effect.
Keep explaining this to women.
It's the Coolidge effect.
Explain the Coolidge effect. Calvin Coolidge, right?
Right. Basically,
not the guy from the White Shadow. Coolidge.
The story is that President Calvin Coolidge's wife was being. They apparently were federal farms at one time. They were touring the farms, and the farmer got to the chicken coop, and he was just explaining to Mrs. Coolidge proudly that the rooster out there would copulate 100 times a day. And to which Mrs. Coolidge said, make sure you point that out to Mr. Coolidge, to the president, when he comes around. So the president comes around, and the farmer says, Mr. President, Mrs. Coolidge wanted me to be sure to point out to you that this rooster copulates 100 times a day. To which the president responded, with the same chicken?
Right.
100 different chickens. And he said, point that out to Mrs. Coolidge.
That is a good story. Did you get that at all, Nicole?
I understand it, but I don't.
It wouldn't be 100 times a day if it were one chicken.
Do you know what the point of it was? Do you understand the point of that story?
Kind of.
Oh, okay, she doesn't understand.
Well, I mean, it's like, I'm not saying, like, when we make love that it's not...
Nicole, you're not listening to us.
I'm just curious. Do you understand that story?
I don't know. I guess not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Explain it to her.
I mean, the fact that the chicken was
that every time...
Hold on.
He was doing it with 100 different chickens.
When there's
To point that
something new,
Yeah.
a male will be more apt to be able to perform.
Yeah.
And as things get more routine, they're less able to. Even though he seems to be doing just fine, do not worry that things have tapered down a little bit. That is totally normal.
Let me tell you another good story. Bill Clinton was nailing this teenage intern in the ass, and one of the, I think he was in the motorcade somewhere like in the back of the limo, right?
Yeah.
And he's got this other bitch, she's, yanking him off,
Okay.
And Mrs. Coolidge came, no, wait a minute. I forgot. It was funny. I know it was good. All right, let's take a quick break.
Yeah,
Okay, Drew?
please, yeah.
We'll be back.
The phone number for Loveline is 1-800-LOVE-191. Loveline, I'll be right back.
Tucson's New Rock 90 FMA.
Well, look at us, right on time. I want to thank producer Ann for doing double duty tonight. Doing a wonderful job on the phones and showing that she still has it. Not just all about sitting back there and pointing fingers and potting things up and yelling, go, go, go. She can roll up her sleeves. You know what she's like? She's like someone in the pit crew who can get who's like moved its way up into the office now and is writing on clipboards and stuff. But if he has to roll his sleeves up and drop that transmission and get under there, she's going to put the rookies to shame. Is that what Ann's like?
Yeah.
All right. There you go. Drew, you about done?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Mike. Thanks for, I guess you did about normal amount tonight.
Kiss my ass, Adam.
So until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The views expressed on Loveline are not necessarily those of the staff, the management, or the sponsors of this radio station. And are probably not the views of Westwood One Entertainment. Loveline is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingle. Now, please listen to this station longer.